He never wrote a book, he never claimed to be wise, but his questions shook Athens to its core. This is the story of Socrates, the philosopher who was put on trial and sentenced to death by the very democracy he defended. Let's rewind to the 5th century BC Athens, a city at its peak. It was the birthplace of democracy, art, architecture, and philosophy. And at the center of it all was Socrates. He didn't teach in schools. He walked the streets, questioning everyone, politicians, poets, craftsmen, exposing contradictions in their thinking. He famously claimed, "I know that I know nothing," and that made him dangerous. Because Socrates wasn't just asking harmless questions, he was challenging authority, religion, and the fragile egos of powerful men. Athens, meanwhile, was going through a crisis. It had just lost the devastating Peloponnesian War to Sparta. Its democracy was shaken, people were bitter, afraid, and looking for someone to blame. Enter Socrates. In 399 BC, he was put on trial, accused of corrupting the youth and not believing in the gods of the city. His real crime, making people think too deeply. He stood before 500 Athenian jurors and defended himself not with flattery, but with brutal honesty. He refused to beg. He even said, "I should be rewarded, not punished." The jury found him guilty, by a narrow margin. Then he shocked them again. When asked to propose his own punishment, he jokingly said free meals for life. They didn't laugh. The vote for his execution was even stronger than the one for guilt. And so Socrates was sentenced to death by poison, hemlock. He drank the cup calmly, surrounded by his followers, and died, still asking questions. But here's the twist. His death didn't silence him. It immortalized him. His student Plato wrote down his teachings. His ideas shaped the foundation of Western philosophy. And his trial became a warning. Even in a democracy, truth can be too uncomfortable. Athens killed its wisest man, but in doing so, they made him eternal.